Today we're going to be working on lesson 35, which is found on page 156 of your text. In this lesson, we're going to be naming mixed numbers. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, in lesson 35, we're going to be working with mixed numbers. So first of all, let's introduce what a mixed number is. A mixed number is a whole number combined with a fraction. So it's a whole number combined with a fraction. Okay, so an example of a mixed number would be something like this: 3 1/2. So what this means is that we have 3 as a whole number, so that's the whole number, and then 1/2 is the fraction, and this is what we call a mixed number. To illustrate this using diagrams, I would draw 3 whole circles, which are all shaded, representing that I have 3 holes. And then the last circle I would divide into 2 equal halves and shade half. So this is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1/2. Or 1 plus 1 plus 1, that's 3 holes, plus a half, or 3 1/2, like that. Okay, let's look at example number 1. In example number 1, you're given a diagram similar to the one I just drew for you. The first 2 circles are completely shaded, but the third circle has been divided up into 4 equal parts with only one of those parts shaded. So this is 1 hole plus another hole plus a fourth of a hole. So this is 2 holes and 1/4 of a hole. That is the mixed number 2 1/4. Now look at example number 2. It says use words to write 21 1/2. Now notice how I'm reading this. This is the whole number 21. So we would write the whole number 21. Then to indicate that we have a mixed number, we insert the word and then we name the fraction. And the fraction in this case is 1/2. So 21 1/2 would be how we would write this to name the mixed number. Okay, so look at example 3. Again, we're asked to use words to write a number. And the number we're given is 7 21 over 100, 21 hundredths. So this would be 7 and, insert the word and, 21 hundredths. Now, to spell hundredths, we put 100 down and then just add a THS. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to write the names for money. So look at example 4. It says write $15 and that's a key word right there, is and 25 cents using a dollar sign. So $15 would be 15 point. That decimal point is where we put the word and then 25 cents would be 0.25. So $15 and 25 cents. This is how we would write this, using a dollar sign and a decimal point. Okay, let's look at example 5. In example 5, you're asked to use words to write $30 and 76 cents. So we would say $30 and 76 cents. Okay. In example 6, you're asked to use a dollar sign and a decimal point to write 7 cents. Well, 7 cents is written as either 7 cents, that's with a cent sign, or as 0.07 with a dollar sign. Now, we also insert what's called a customary zero in front of the decimal point. And that just lets me know that there is no dollar amount, that this is just 7 cents. Okay? Okay, look at example 7. It's at the top of page 158. In example 7 it says, Gracie has 1 quarter, 1 nickel, and 1 dime. Write how much money she has using a cent sign, then write the same amount using a dollar sign. Well, 1 quarter is 25 cents. 1 nickel is 10 cents. And 1 dime rather. 1 quarter is 25 cents. 1 dime is 10 cents. And 1 nickel is 5 cents. So if we add up the total change that she has 40 cents. So with a cent sign, we would write 40 cents. Now we want to write that using a dollar sign. So again, that's 0.40 with a dollar sign. And then we place the customary zero out front, which tells us we don't have any dollars. Okay? Okay, now it's your turn. Why don't you try your practice problems and then come back and we'll work on those together. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're working with mixed numbers and we're also working with dollar amounts. So let's go ahead and try these practice problems. We'll see how you did. Okay, practice problem A. We're given diagrams involving this time squares. And the first 2 squares are shaded, and this square right here, we've shaded half the square. So this is 1 whole plus another whole plus a half. Well, that's 2 1/2. So you should have written 2 1/2 as your fraction. Now, notice how I'm writing 1/2 here. That's the same thing as writing this like this. You can either use a slant for your fraction or you can use a bar like this. Okay? For problem B, we have 3 whole circles, and then we have another part of a circle. So these 3 are all shaded. And here we have 1 part out of 3 shaded. So this is 1 whole plus another whole plus another whole plus a third of a whole. So that's 3 1/3. So that's the fraction you should have named, or the mixed number rather. Okay, in problem C, we're supposed to use words to write each mixed number. So for problem C, we're given 12 3/4. So you should have written this as 12 3/4. Okay. For problem D, we're given 2 7/10. So this is 2 7/10. Don't forget the word and. It's very important to the number. Okay. And for problem E, we're given 6 9/100. So 6 9/100. Like so. Okay, now for problem F. In problem F, we're asked, write each amount with a cent sign instead of a dollar sign. So we're given $0.17, or 17/100 of a dollar. That's one other way to look at it, or 17 cents. So this is the same thing as 17 cents. And for G, we're given the following. And this is 5 cents, like so. Okay, let's look at problem H. In problem H, we're told to write each amount with a dollar sign instead of a cent sign. So we have 8 cents, which is the same thing as $0.08. Okay, so you should have written it like this. Okay, and then 30 cents is the same thing as $0.30, like so. And we're going to talk more about how to read these numbers later on. For J, it says, write the value of 2 quarters, 2 dimes, and 1 nickel with a dollar sign. Then use a cent sign to write this amount again. Well, if I have 2 quarters, I have 50 cents. And if I have 2 dimes, I have 20 cents. And if I have 1 nickel, I have 5 cents. So if I add this together, I have 75 cents total, which if I wrote this with a dollar sign, it would look like this. And then with a cent sign, it would look like that. Now, I want you to notice something. When I write this with a dollar sign, I use a dollar sign, but I also use a decimal point. But remember that if you're writing with a cent sign, you do not use a decimal point. So if you put a decimal point into your answer, you might want to rewrite that one. Okay? Okay, now, for the last 2 problems, which is K and L, for problem K, we're supposed to use words to write this dollar amount. So this is $12 and 25 cents. Okay? And then for L, we're given this amount. So this is $20 and 5 cents. Like so. And that's it. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your math, and I'll see you tomorrow.